Come one, come all. Sir, yes, you, sir, the pale stooped guy with the nose. 50 guys just looked up. Fine to see that anywhere at all, or stand if you have to, what do I care? Get used to it, folks. You are what we call in the concentration camp show business lingo, a captive audience.
In the midst of Hitler's Europe, there were some 120,000 inmates of the concentration camp for the privileged, the prominent, and the artistically accomplished, known as Theresienstadt or Dreznin. In their spirit of survival and determination, their audiences laughed.
They applauded.
They enjoyed. And these inmates wrote, conceived, and performed the cabaret numbers and all of the songs that you will hear tonight.
Friends and comrades, don't be shy now, as the rat race got you down. Is the sky fresh out of pine now? Come right in and stick around.
Does the landlord want the rent, folks? Does he tail like a hound? Is the rent already spent, folks? Come right in and stick around.
Does your life drag? Does your wife nag? Do those tiny cares abound? Well, before you wave the white flag, come right in and stick around.
First the plumbing, then the numbing, and your pinhead begins to pound. Are you sick and tired of swarming? Come right in and stick around.
Are you living in some basement, in some dreary part of town? Put an end to your displacement. Come right in and stick around. If all that tar and nicotine has turned your lungs from pink to brown,
I recommend a change of scene. Come right in and stick around.
and must you wear that yellow star which society has found? Here they don't care who you are. Come right in and stick around. Come right in and stick around. Just like sand slips through your fingers, all your cares will disappear. But one final question lingers. How do we get out of here?
We should talk about how Theresienstadt came into existence.
It was the idea of an empress.
The great Austrian Empress Maria Theresia wanted a fortress to stop the Prussians.
Too bad that didn't work in 1940.
Maria Theresia, the Empress, told her architects one day, "You will build me a strong and solid fortress to keep the northern hordes at bay. Build the walls double high, double thick. Dig some moat, double deep, double quick." And so the garrison was built, defying all who would invade her. So well had the architect obeyed her. Napoleon, they say, stayed awfully away. No foes could prevail, no armies or sail, until this very day. The irony, I'm sure you'll see, for irony's our lot. Here, the Jews have conquered easily. We've never fired a shot here.
In December of 41, the Nazis came to Prague and recruited 1,000 brawny young men for the construction commando. They ripped the decaying barracks of the fortress called Theresienstadt into shape in no time. Oh, and the sewage system, you should have seen it when it was new, crystal clear.
But when you cram 50,000 people into a space meant for 7,000...
And the floors, you could eat off them.
We do.
At first we weren't allowed to write. Our gracious hosts didn't want the surprise ruined. In the first few months, 16 young men were executed for trying to get letters out.
One succeeded. It had 3 words on it. I am hungry.
Most of the mail we send says that. Now that everyone's here and we're allowed to write, 1 postcard, 30 words, every 3 months. And then there were the letters written, but never sent.
My darling son, it was just 4 years ago. You went out into a world I'll never know. The train in Prague was crowded, I recall. 1,000 frightened travelers, and you so small. And as it pulled away, I heard you cry, "Come with me, Mama!" Goodbye. If you could see this crowded little room, in damp and dusty barracks filled with gloom, where sunlight never falls upon your face, people disappear without a trace. A stranger's love, a kind and gentle hand, protects you though you hardly understand. Your island in a dark and rising sea holds her hand, and you touching me. Here we live upon our hands and knees, while suffering from the very same disease. Crowded in this dungeon we remain, together in our suffering and our pain. Has time begun to change the boy I've known? I wonder how much you have grown. Think of the day when we shall meet again. Perhaps you'll have forgotten me by then. The languages we speak won't be the same. The only words we'll share will be your name. Here the children live without a lullaby. I nurse them and I hold them when they cry. And in their tiny faces I can see part of you that's still a part of me. Like me, the words I write to you, my dear, will crumble to the ground and disappear.
The sooner you get used to the way things are around here, the better. Death is everywhere in Dreznin.
Yes, but so is life. And it was that great Czech entertainer, Karl Schwenk, who created the first Theresienstadt cabaret.
Long live life! This number is sort of our anthem. Everyone here sings it in both Czech and German. Trust me, in another week, you'll be humming it in your sleep. If you can sleep.
Heaven knows, so it goes. If you're really on your toes, you can rise above this chaos so sublime.
Have you heard how absurd they're counting every word? We can send no more than 30 at a time. But the morning brings us hope, and the hope will bring us pain, and the pain will bring us laughter, and it all begins again. Heaven knows. need to know. Where did all my luggage go?
You won't need your luggage, dear. We don't do much traveling here. Theresienstadt, you only get with a welcome mat. There is no other town like Theresienstadt.
Tell me, is the climate good?
Good for everything but breathing.
Can you tell me how's the food?
Oh, bad for eating. Good for teething.
Surely there must be a way to be fed 3 meals a day?
Don't be healthy, that's the trick. They only feed you when you're sick. Theresienstadt, come to a gallery, can't get that. There is no one time around like Theresienstadt.
Tell me, do you mean to say?
I think you find my meaning clear.
How can people live that way?
No one says you have to, dear.
I can't hold out any longer. Surely I will die of hunger.
Hunger sounds much worse, you see, than vitamin deficiency. Theresienstadt, more than there is a half a town. There is no one town around like Theresienstadt.
What about a place to stay? Just a little hideaway?
Something large, something spacious, not too gauche or ostentatious.
I could make it warm and quaint, perhaps a fresh new coat of paint.
Our barracks are so very nice, so many bunks, just take your choice. Theresienstadt, a cozy girl with a nice warm flat. There is no one town around like Theresienstadt.
Tonight I might go into town. You know I brought an evening gown.
While some stand on formality, others choose reality.
My husband is not very sure. Our evening jackets there are gone.
My husband rarely dresses formal, otherwise our lives are normal. There is no one town around like Theresienstadt.
I could use a little rest. This journey has exhausted me. My husband needs his trousers pressed. A hot bath would be heavenly.
Perhaps a nap would do the trick. It's good to sleep your life away. To take a bath, you'll need a ticket. That could come as soon as May.
May, I'd like to write my friends and kin to tell them of this place I'm in. I'd like to end their worrying. My baby home before the spring.
It's hard to say exactly when you will see your home again.
It's hard to say exactly when I will see my home again.
Yesterday I heard.
You heard a rumor? What rumor?
One of the many.
Rumors frighten me.
Get used to that. It's the only kind of information we get around this place. It starts with just a single word.
Someone told me.
Have you heard?
Just a clue.
Might be true.
Something new to misconstrue.
Meanings blurred till things inferred.
Become
Absurd. Soon the harmless little bird starts to fly just like a bird.
roof to roof, tree to tree.
Glides most enigmatically.
Changing feathers constantly.
First a sparrow, then a hawk.
This little bit of idle talk
Runs before it learns to walk.
and a rumor goes to town.
And a rumor goes to town.
From mouth to mouth,
From north to south.
it misses not.
A single spot.
And it hurries,
And scurries.
igniting
And inciting.
desperation,
False elation.
turning anger into friction.
Is it fact or simply fiction?
It produces no prediction.
Will we fail? Will hope prevail? Will we live to tell the tale? Tell the tale, tell the tale, tell the tale!
And the rumor goes to town.
And the rumor goes to town!
Falling back, some sabotage a track.
How's your feeling?
Hate is feeling.
So-and-so has been caught stealing.
Putting German or not a Jew, I would be safe. How was I so lucky as to be gifted with both?
One day the old man receives a letter.
What's this? One time only chance of a lifetime. Buy into the famous spa Theresienstadt, a Jewish old folks home. Your room and board, medical costs will run you 150 marks a month. You are now 65, Mr. Schwartz, which gives you a life expectancy of 20 more years. So just put up 36,000 marks and you will be guaranteed a single room with all the comforts of home.
So the old man takes his life savings and buys into Theresienstadt.
Sorry, can't talk now, gotta sign up quick. If I don't sign up soon, I may miss out on a room with a bath.
That evening he finds himself with 400 others on the concrete floor of a barracks loft. He won't have to worry about a bath for the rest of his life. His life expectancy has just been reduced from 20 years to 2 months.
40,000 people voluntarily fled the bombed-out cities of Europe in the belief that the Fuhrer had given them a safe haven. Notice Theresienstadt.
I'm a little brown suitcase from Frankfurt on Main, and I look for my master in the pouring rain. He wore a yellow star, he was old, he was blind, but he'd never, oh, never leave me behind. I was his companion, he was my best friend. We belonged together till the bitter end. I'm a proud little bag, I'm quite well made, from genuine leather of the finest grade. My hinges are sturdy, my seams well sewn. We came here together, now he's all alone. He was old, he was blind, but he loved me so. Did they take him away? Did he have to go? I will wait in the courtyard patiently, in a pile of little bags just like me. Not so long ago, I was clean and full, with bread and with pills and with socks of wool. Now my locks are broken and my liver is scratched. I've a dirty face and a rusted catch. I've been plundered and robbed till I'm all used up. Nothing left but a rag and a little tin cup. I will wait forever for the little blind man, and I still feel the touch of his small white hand. It's a mystery, could you please explain why little brown bags must wait in vain? I'm a little brown bag from Frankfurt on Main. I have lost my master in the rain.
Too bad the old guy wasted his life savings buying into this place. If he'd only known the right people, he could have got in here for free. How are you, Mr. Sauer?
How are you, Mr. Green?
Declining by the hour.
I know just what you mean. I haven't seen you lately. Have you been keeping well?
I have a new psychosis.
In here it's hard to tell.
I stand around for hours counting numbers very loud.
Why don't you act more normal?
Because it's not allowed, they drill us in the courtyard, a bothersome routine. Good evening, Mr. Sauer.
Good evening, Mr. Green.
How are you, Mr. Sauer?
How are you, Mr. Green?
Declining by the hour.
I know just what you mean. Do you attend the theater for concert or play?
I can't get any tickets. It's the same thing every day.
You've got to be more forceful. Throw some weight around, you know.
My friend, the way they feed us, there isn't much to throw.
Now you come to mention it, we're both a little lean.
Good evening, Mr. Sauer.
Good evening, Mr. Green.
How are you, Mr. Sauer?
How are you, Mr. Green?
Declining by the hour.
I know just what you mean. They had a food inspection. 24 chefs came by.
Why do they need so many?
They were hungry.
So am I.
And for the second helping, commission crews dropped in. They brought their wives and children and all their closest kin.
And what is left for us now?
2 lentils and a bean.
Good evening, Mr. Sauer.
Good evening, Mr. Green. In Theresienstadt, you are forced to exist on the bread and soup from the menage kitchen, or you get a food parcel from the outside.
Getting a food parcel could save your life. It was like walking around with the world on a string. With a food parcel, anything was possible.
Anything was possible?
Well, most everything was possible.
A food parcel. That was the true currency here in Theresienstadt.
Yesterday, I got a package. Like a bullet out of the blue, I went running to the office just to see if it was true. Well, I found it waiting for me, all wrapped in tiger string. It was just a little package, but it could be anything. So, I brought it to my tailor, who for such a long while left my slightly canvas trousers at the bottom of the pile. When I handed her the package, and much to my surprise, she took my trousers out and fixed them right before my eyes. Now the tailor took the package and flashed a little smile and brought it to a woman he'd admired for a while. When he handed her the package and eyes full of her wine, and she took him by the hand and said, "My darling, come inside." Down at Andre's beauty parlor with peroxide in her hair, she handed him the package with a look of savoir-faire, but it still remained unopened. So wrapped in tiger string, it was just a little package, but it could be anything. Now, Andre brought the package to the cobbler up the street, who gave it to his laundress as an extra little treat. And the laundress had a baby who was fond of milk and cheese, and the milkman swapped the package for protection, if you please. The protector had an oven that was burning low on wood, and the woodman bribed the waiter for a little extra food. But it still remained unopened, so wrapped in tiger string, it was just a little package, but it could be anything. There's no need for me to bore you with voluminous details, or to follow every step of these circuitous commands. Last night I was performing in a little cabaret. I sang a song and danced just like Maurice Chevalier. Later in my dressing room, a gal came to the door, and she handed me a package. It was one I'd seen before, but it still remained unopened. So wrapped in tiger string, it was just a little package, but it could be anything. Now twice this little package has been sent to me by fate. I opened it that evening, for I simply couldn't wait. When my look of disappointment was impossible to hide, there were just some broken dishes and some bottle caps inside. So I quickly got a postcard and sent a nasty note to the man who sent the package. You should see the things I wrote. But when I think it over, I really must admit that this package brought a smile to everyone who handled it. There's a lesson to be learned from this inflationary tale. It's fine. Though your money may be worthless, human nature will prevail. until the Red Cross Commission was due that the Nazis understood that this Theresienstadt culture of life, which had sprung up totally against their will, could be used. It was the perfect alibi. So Joseph Goebbels ordered what came to be known in camp slang as the beautification action. You saw the freshly painted park benches, the bed of roses, the facades in the marketplace. You think that was for our benefit?
And beautification, of course, meant carting off the old and the ugly.
And we all knew where they went.
Oh, they would have destroyed the perfect picture. The soccer matches, the theater, the opera, the cabaret, and the music. Music in every corner of the town.
I cherish due distraction, those musical extraction.
For music charms and that disarms the dark and savage breast.
I don't need to be pedantic.
When the tempo gets too frantic
It strains the nerves and badly serves the tired.
and depressed,
It greets us at the station.
it follows us to bed when we need an exploration.
We get off in Bachins.
We'll stand around the room and get all drunk when the ring bell tolls.
Don't ask for whom, and the music plays along.
And our supper bowls go,
Tap, tap, tap.
our stomachs growl,
And a finger snap.
and the food we get tastes just like.
And the music plays along. The saxophone, the saxophone, the double belly phony, and the drum and fight you betcha like it's full of pandemonium. It's clear if you are, you can't escape the song. And the music plays along. Hey, say, what's the city with the most warehouses?
That's easy, Berlin. When they take you to the city, you are told, here, warehouses, und there, warehouses.
Ha! Hey, say, what's the difference between a terminal patient and Hitler?
The first lives unfortunately, while the other unfortunately lives.
Ha!
Hitler has a portrait of himself on his bedroom wall. One day he asks the picture, how will the war end?
And the picture says, they will take me down and hang you. Ha, 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 ha.
When you Mozart proportional
On Dante's all we do, man.
we keep it slow, for who can know
When the time may come to be.
Though the end is fierce and funny,
Our lives are disharmonic.
when things look bad or make us sad,
We simply make believe. When VIPs are looking,
we know just what to
we pretend that nothing's cooking. Though we know we're in a state. And we'll stand around the room and get drunk. When the big bell tolls, don't ask for who, and the music plays along. As the curveballs go down, our stomachs grow, our fingers snap, and the food we get tastes just like crap. And the music plays along. The saxophone, the saxophone, the double belly phony, and the drum and fight you betcha like it's full of pandemonium. It's clear if you are here, you can't escape the song. And the music plays along. The saxophone, the saxophone, the double belly phony, and the drum and fight you betcha like it's full of pandemonium. It's clear if you are here, you can't escape the song. And the music plays along. The saxophone, the saxophone, the double belly phony, and the drum and fight you betcha like it's full of pandemonium. It's clear if you are here, there is nothing wrong. And the music, always plays along.
On the 23rd of June, 1944, this place was transformed into a paradise.
He saw the prisoners stroll along the streets. The children rode in wooden carousels and recited their prepared phrases.
Oh no, Uncle wir were not shopping again! It was dangerous to complain to the Red Cross. But the musicians chose songs intended to convey the things here large when they seem. Für dich, mein Schatz, für dich hab ich mich schön gemacht. Auf dich, mein Schatz, auf dich wart ich die ganze Nacht.
They didn't get it.
But in another corner of the market square, the ghetto swingers played their hearts out.
It was as if Hitler never defended the music of black Americans. In fact, Karl Röhm, the SS commander, brought jazz great Martin Roman into his office. You will conduct your ghetto swingers when I want it to sound like in American movies. Na und?
Kannst du mir bitte mein Piano aufnehmen? Dankeschön.
Jews a city. You saw the people walk around the streets with their freshly painted park benches. But it kind of reminded me of the cafe in the Prater, that great park in the heart of Vienna.
It was wonderful till the film ran out.
It was a spectacle. And it kind of reminded me of that beautiful place.
When all the while the real Theresienstadt cafe was the saddest in the world. The old people would wait in line for hours.
100,000 extras were shipped to Auschwitz.
Deep within the ghetto, a silent building stands. Its doors are unaccustomed to the touch of human hands.
Inside, a sea of twilight lies upon the marble tiles.
There is no sound, no movement on the long and empty aisles. No bells toll out the hours, no penitence, no grace. Only cold, unmoving statues staring heaven in the face. In this empty house of Jesus, his spirit lingers still, unfolding as he watches while Satan works his will. Outside, the shadows gather as the days are filled with pain. Through the torment and the hunger, Jews seek their God, Jews seek their God, Jews seek out their God in vain.
One of the most successful numbers here was called The Carousel by Martin Roman.
Martin Roman survived. He was the last of the great cabaret artists from Theresienstadt.